What's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts and having conversations with Grok. And so I thought it'd be an interesting way to start out the new year. By the way, Happy New Year. Hopefully you're excited about 2025. I just wanted to have a conversation with Grok about the developments in AI, where the stock market is, where Bitcoin is, along with the meme stocks, just to kind of get an idea utilizing this technology that we have to get a better understanding of the market. And so I have prepared an essay for Grok to respond to some of my thoughts based on a chart of the S&P 500, which you can see over here. And so I'm just going to read you guys my question, submit it to Grok, and then see what Grok has to say about it. And so I'm just going to read it to you guys before I submit it. And this should be hopefully an interesting video. And if you do enjoy this kind of content, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like it, share it, and I'll record some more conversations with Grok. But so here, starting out with this, considering the attached image, which shows the S&P 500 index with each candle representing 1 year and the y-axis being on the log scale. In the image, there is a trend line based on 2 pivot points, with one being the high from 1929 prior to an 86% drop during the Great Depression, and the second pivot high being from 2000 prior to a roughly 50% drop as a result of the dot-com bubble bursting, which was later followed by a similar drop during the global financial crisis between 2007 and 2009. And so I am curious about your take on the current state of the stock market, considering that the trend line was tested in 2021 and again currently, with the 2024 candle closing at all-time highs. My thoughts are that we could see a notable pullback, perhaps on the scale of prior drops. However, there are a number of bullish factors that make me think we could be breaking out above the line, or perhaps simply just by continuing to test the underside of the uptrending line as the stock market continues to gradually rise. One such factor is what seems to be an accelerated rate of technology being developed, making me think we could actually be at the dawn of an AI industrial revolution rather than at the beginning of another Great Depression or recession. However, a depression could always follow the revolution, especially with the 2030s looming and the possibility of depressions repeating on a 100-year cycle. Another factor is Bitcoin having recently made new all-time highs during the 2024 halving year, and the year following Bitcoin's halving tends to coincide with 4-year cycle highs across the crypto sector, especially with the possibility of alt season beginning soon. A third factor is meme stocks, which squeezed in 2021, and it seems feasible that they could be moving again with the resurfacing of Roaring Kitty in 2024 and his continued activity on social media. My impression is that 2025 could be another year of the stock market and the crypto sector outperforming expectations, similar to what happened in 2021 with the S&P 500 testing the pictured trend line and meme stocks squeezing. Bitcoin peaking twice at new all-time highs over the course of the year, and meme coins and NFTs like Dogecoin and Bored Apes being promoted in the mainstream media while at all-time highs, such as on SNL and on The Tonight Show. However, 2021 was followed by the bear market of 2022, so it seems likely that 2025 will outperform, perhaps with the S&P 500 breaking above the trend line, while 2026 could have a bearish outlook with the possibility of a Great Depression in the years to follow. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Are you more bullish or bearish on the year of 2025? And so I'm just going to take a screenshot of the image from over here so I can paste it into Grok's search box, including all the information on the axes So Grok has that, just copying it into my clipboard to paste it over here. And then I'm going to copy the text from this Word document, and rather than pasting it directly into Grok's search box, because if I do that, it pops up as this image and Grok can't analyze that. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to open up a new tab, and just based on what I wrote into that Word document, so I'm just going to go back here, select it all, copy. I'm just going to paste it into the browser search up here, so it's just as plain text. And then I'm going to select all of that again, copy that, and then paste that over here for Grok to interpret the text. Lots of information there, but that is all there for Grok to interpret. So let's see what he has to say. And so, let's see. There's going to be a lot of information here. I'm pretty excited to just see what his breakdown is, which might be fairly extensive. Yeah, so let's just get going with this as he does continue to think. Well, there's a conclusion down there, so we can get to that in just a minute. And so reading this, given the historical context and the technical analysis you've provided, I'll share my perspective on the current state of the stock market and the potential outlook for 2025. And so analysis of the current state. So considering the trend line analysis. The trend line you've highlighted connecting the highs of 1929 and 2000 is indeed significant. The S&P 500 testing this trend line in 2021 and again currently suggests a level of resistance that has historically been associated with major market corrections. However, the fact that it's closing at all-time highs in 2024 indicates strong market momentum. And so now considering the historical context, the market has shown resilience by recovering from major downturns like the Great Depression, the dot-com bubble, and the global financial crisis. This historical resilience might suggest that the market could continue to defy expectations, providing there are underlying economic fundamentals supporting growth. And so now he goes on to discuss factors influencing future outlook. And so the first point here is the technical advancements. You've mentioned the potential dawn of an AI industrial revolution, which could indeed be a significant bullish factor. Technological breakthroughs often lead to productivity gains, new market opportunities, and economic growth. If AI continues to develop at an accelerated pace, it could propel sectors beyond traditional expectations. The second factor refers to the cryptocurrency cycle. Bitcoin's performance post-halving and the potential onset of an alt season could indeed influence broader market sentiment, especially if cryptocurrencies continue to gain mainstream acceptance. The crypto market's performance often has a psychological impact on risk assets like stocks. His third point refers to meme stocks and social media influence. The resurgence of figures like Roaring Kitty could reignite interest in meme stocks, potentially leading to another squeeze. Social media can significantly influence market trends, particularly in retail investing, which has been demonstrated in recent years. And so overall, he gives some predictions for 2025, with the first one being the bullish case. And so given the technological advancements, the crypto cycle, and the potential social media-driven market movements, 2025 could indeed see the stock market outperform. The S&P 500 might break above the trend line if these bullish factors converge effectively. The market could continue its upward trend, supported by innovation, investor sentiment, and economic recovery from any current or future downturns. Grok also gives the bearish case. However, the historical pattern of major corrections following periods of exuberance, like post-2021 into 2022, should not be ignored. If the market is overvalued or if there are unforeseen economic shocks, like inflation spikes, geopolitical issues, or policy changes, 2025 might see a pullback. The possibility of a depression in the 2030s, as you mentioned, adds a layer of caution. And so overall, Grok gives his conclusion. And so Grok leans slightly more towards a bullish outlook for 2025, primarily due to transformative potential of AI and technology alongside the cyclical nature of cryptocurrency markets, which could positively influence broader market sentiment. However, this optimism is tempered with the awareness of market cycles and historic precedents. For a detailed prediction, monitoring economic indicators, technological advancements, policy decisions, and global events will be crucial. Given the current data and trends, 2025 might indeed be a year where the market could surprise on the upside, but vigilance for signals of overheating or external shocks remain essential. Unfortunately, due to the attached image, I cannot currently search for additional data or generate an image to visualize potential scenarios for 2025. If you have other questions or need further analysis based on this information, feel free to ask. And so, I'm going to take a second to think about, do I want to follow up with some questions for Grok? And so my takeaway from not only his response, but my assessment of the S&P 500 crypto cycles and meme cycles is that I think that 2025 is going to be a bullish year. And if I flip back to this chart of the S&P 500, we have seen, multiple tests of this trend line, and I could definitely see there being a rejection from this trend line. However, we could also be trading above it, potentially wicking above this trend line in the year of 2025, putting in a topping tail or a topping signal that would then suggest the top is in and that we will be seeing a retracement similar to the ones we saw over here of about 50%, or perhaps moving into a Great Depression type scenario where the pullback was about 86%. So my thoughts are that we will see a rally into the new year, getting new all-time highs not only on the S&P 500 and the broader stock market, not only with movements in meme stocks like GameStop, AMC, as well as Unity Software, which has more recently been getting a lot of attention. I also think that Bitcoin will be seeing new all-time highs, getting back above $100,000 a coin, potentially getting up to $200,000, as that does seem like it is a pretty consistent prediction across expectations from those in the sector, potentially going from current price to around $150,000 or $250,000. So I think that there's a lot of momentum to be seen there. And also with altcoins, meme coins like Dogecoin, I think that we could see some really big moves, just like what we saw in 2021, with Dogecoin hitting all-time highs of around 74 cents, coinciding with Elon Musk appearing on SNL. I just think that 2025 is going to be a great year for not only the stock market broadly, as well as the crypto sector. But a word of caution is I do think that we will end up getting rejected from this uptrend, and we will see a pullback in 2026, as these candles are yearly candles, 12-month candles. And so I think that we could definitely be seeing a pullback in 2026. But if we close 2025 above this trend line, that could suggest a breakout and that we could be seeing even more momentum to the upside because of all of these technological advancements that we're seeing in AI, semiconductors, Bitcoin, and also in social media, with how retail is able to communicate, exchange ideas, and also use AI to aid in our assessment of what's going on in the market. While this line might look pretty bearish, these candles are long-term 12-month candles. And so I think that we are going to be seeing a lot of upside in the new year. And so I'm really excited about it. And I'm kind of dismissing, any, oh, here's a head and shoulders pattern that people might be drawing on the S&P 500 or individual stocks. I think that we might see a short-term pullback, but overall, I think that we will see new all-time highs. And, just because it's over here on the axis where the cursor is, 7,200, I think there's a possibility that the S&P 500 gets up to there before the end of 2025, but it might be closing the year notably lower, so good to be cautious of that. And so, yeah, I might follow up with Grok on this in a later video. But, as always, those are just my thoughts as well as Grok's. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching, and happy New Year's, guys. Take care.